I'm starting to understand this resentment for the rich, Mr. Producer. I really am. I'm starting to understand this resentment. I know this fat cat Republican, and he's going to take a trip to Hawaii. Couple of weeks, fat cat Republican, couple of weeks with his wife and 2 kids. And he's going to take a really big jet. And there's going to be other jets following him because, he's got a couple of limos. He's got a big staff. Oh, excuse me, it's Obama. And, of course, he's not spending his money, he's spending our money. So I always find it quite funny in a psychologically sick kind of way when Obama goes on about you got to have skin in the game. And then I love it when he's out there on the stump saying, look, people like me have to pay more in taxes. I'm thinking, why don't you just pay for your own vacations? That'd be even up. But no. He's got a really good deal, Obama. This trip he's taken to Hawaii, he and the family, looks like it's going to cost over $4 million. Now, he doesn't pay taxes worth $4 million, does he? No. Well, Mark, why are you doing this? Every president does it. Yeah, but every president's not a Marxist, class warfare redistributionist. So, I think it's fair game to call him out on this. Now, let's look at these expenses, shall we? $3,629,622 for airfare. That's the biggest expense. It's the round trip to Hawaii on Air Force One. Congressional Research Service reported about half a year ago that the plane typically used by Obama, Boeing 747, costs about $180,000 per hour to operate. $180,000 per hour. Travel time for Air Force One in D.C. to Hawaii, it's about 9 hours. Each way, round trip, it's $3,271,622, but who's counting? Then we have the cost of the USAF C-17 cargo aircraft. That transports Obama's limos, helicopters, and other support equipment to Hawaii. The actual cost has never really been disclosed. Now, the flight time between Andrews Air Force Base and Hawaii is about 12.5 hours round trip. The estimated cost is $12,000 per hour. The U.S. Marine Corps provides a presidential helicopter with pilots, support crews for the test flights. All that, about $258,000. By the way, these people want to be on vacation too. But Obama's for the little guy. I mean, why make a big thing? All he's doing is going to Hawaii. The rentals that they'll use, the homes, are fronted by the ocean and backed by a canal, so the taxpayers have to cover the costs for housing U.S. Secret Service, U.S. Coast Guard, Navy SEALs, and beachfront and canal front homes around where the president stays. That's about $200 per bedroom per day, or $21,600 per average home. They're going to stay there nearly 3 weeks. I don't know the last time I took a nearly 3-week vacation, Mr. Producer. Have you? How about you, Mr. Call Screener? No. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, what the hell? No wonder Obama likes welfare. Look at all the welfare he's on here. So that goes on. The local taxpayers in Hawaii, I'm sure you'll be pleased to know, you're going to be paying over $250,000 for all the various activities there. So you'll have to cough that up. Unknown costs. President's security usually rents an entire floor of an office building. There are security upgrades, additional phone lines to several private homes where Obama and friends are staying. They have to put in bulletproof glass. Home security systems will be disabled. New security measures put in place and additional phone lines. Cost of the car rentals and fuel for White House staff staying at the Waikiki Hotel. Additional travel costs for Secret Service, White House staff, all traveling ahead of the president. It's about a 20-day trip, round-trip vacation, Hawaii for the president and his family and staff and security, well over $4 million. And while he's doing this, he is insisting that he represents the middle class. He is insisting on taxing all those billionaires, that earn over $250,000 a year. I guess what I'm trying to tell you, this man pays more, or we do, for about 2 hours of flight to his vacations. 2 hours of flight for his vacations amount to about $360,000, just 2 hours. Than the people he says are rich and he wants to tax. This man cuts back nowhere on nothing. He's having a grand old time. He doesn't live like a millionaire. He lives like a billionaire. Now, I have to be honest with you, and I've thought about this, and I'm serious about this. If it were me, I wouldn't be taking a 20-day trip to Hawaii knowing these costs, knowing that all this staff is going to have to come along, particularly security and so forth, when they would like to be with their families over the holidays. This is one of the reasons why Bush went to his home in Waco, why Reagan went to his home in Santa Barbara and did all these things. Where does Obama go? He doesn't have a home in Hawaii. Well, Mark, he grew up there. Well, so what? So what? Oh, but he's out for the little guy, I just want you to remember this. This man is spending more on a vacation than the top 0.1% of Americans earn. You got that, Mr. Producer? For all the claptrap about class warfare, Obama's 20-day trip to Hawaii costs more than 99.99% of the American people earn. You liberals want to do this? I'll do this right along with you. Moreover, he's taking this trip at a time when we're told we're facing a fiscal cliff. And so the question is, will we have another bravado appearance where the president, oh no, he has to cancel his part of the trip. He'll send the wife and the kids because he has to stay in Washington and deal with the people's business. Oh, come on. He deserves a vacation, $4 million, whatever. Come on. Will that happen? Or will he just take it to the brink and go over? Doesn't really matter, does it? So in any event, I just remember, and of course, if this were a Republican president, play right into the left-wing scenario. They'd be having pictures of the homeless juxtaposed with, say, Ronald Reagan flying off to Hawaii. You'd have all kinds of information about the costs on the NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams up on the screen. And in case you can't understand it, they'd put it in really big numbers so you could see it. Oh, yeah. So just remember this. And it always comes down to this. Obama is not about the middle class. Obama's not about the poor. Obama's not about the working men and women of this country. However you want to define it or characterize it, Obama's about government. He loves government. He represents government. And the government's not about you. It's not about your best interests. It's not about making sure that you can follow your free will, that you can follow your dreams. The government's about controlling you, limiting you, obstructing you, and sabotaging you. That's what these regulations are all for. In your name, of course. So Obama's going to take a $4 million 20-day trip, he and the wife and the little kids, to Hawaii, which is more than 99.99% of the American people earn.